So, for the past 365 days, I've been in a relationship, attempting to rekindle a love that I was shown and I felt and I was told that I once used to really be into. There have been some pleasant moments as well as unpleasant moments. And what I will say is that this has been one of the most emotional years that I have, unpleasant emotional years that I've experienced in a long time. And I knew that this rekindling was going to be a huge test for me because of all the growth that I've done since 2009. I have become a few different women over the past 13 years. Do the math yourself. I can't really, I'm not good at math. But I've become a few different women. And that little girl that he knew, that woman, I was a woman then, that woman that he knew then no longer existed. She doesn't exist anymore. So this has been a huge test of my love for self and mundane love for another. Over the last 365 days, I've been pleading, asking, summoning, commanding that love that I felt before he arrived. I've been asking that love to consume me again. However, it never consumed me because of it wasn't genuine. I was asking for a lie to be handed to me. My human was attempting to force my essence to settle into a place of familiarity when my essence knew better. And I want to say that my human knew better also. So therefore, the love that I wanted to consume me never happened, because the type of love that I've always been, that I am at this point of my life, is a love that's so pure that it had to be worked for. It had to be a love that was deserving. It wasn't just something I could give away because of something that I was once familiar with. A few days ago, I got on the 30th, I came down with symptoms of the flu. And I'm talking about the bad body aches, the fever, just weak. I came down with the flu and just out of nowhere. And I was saying a lot of what the fuck, where did this come from all of a sudden? So as I'm sitting through this and I'm suffering, questioning, why did this happen? The answers were coming to me in my dream as the burn-offs were happening. And this chapter of my life was closing. And all that I've endured over the last 365 days, all of that was being burnt away. You know, things were being incinerated in the fire once again. The mixing of our energies. The fever had to happen to burn all of that off. And I'm still not 100%. I'm still really weak and nasally, as you can hear. But the burn off had to happen. The purification had to happen because I see that what it was, the love affair that I wanted to be a part of to happen again was not going to happen. So, the illness had to take place on the physical realm. You know, metaphysically, my body knew that there was a lot of off balance going on. I was experiencing a lot of inflammation, a lot of body aches, even before the flu took over me. And I wasn't feeling safe within my body. I was even holding my tongue because I didn't want to hurt feelings. And in me holding my tongue, there was layers of dead skin that was coming on my face. And as my body was healing over this last week, what I realized is that I had put on a mask in order to soothe someone else's feelings. And my vessel didn't like that. My essence did not like that at all. So this layer of dead skin that came on the left side of my face, no oil was working. I would do apple cider vinegar. I would do turmeric. I would do clay mask. I would do all these different things to get this skin off of my face. But in my dreams, it was revealed to me that because you put a mask on to save face for someone else, I'm going to make you very uncomfortable until you take that mask off, until you start speaking what needs to be spoken in reference to this situation. And not until you start speaking what needs to be spoke will this mask, all this dead skin on your face, will it come off? I've had to have conversations and write a letter, and my skin has gotten better. My skin has gotten better because I no longer chose to wear the mask. I no longer chose to spare his feelings by not being honest about what it is that I wanted to do, how I felt about him as a person, how I felt about us as a dynamic. And I found that to be just so very interesting. It'd be the little things that we miss when it comes to our own ailments. That if we fix that little bitty thing, what's harming us, what's causing us so much discomfort, and yeah, it was what's causing us so much discomfort. The discomfort will dissipate if we do what it is that we're resisting doing. The fountain of youth was coming up in my dreams. And I likened even this mask that was coming up on my face, this flu that I had, the fountain of youth, I was having sciatic issues. All of that is in alignment with everything. Our fountain of youth, if this is how I view it, and I'm hoping that my thoughts would stay together. My vanity was affected because I closed my mouth and put a mask on to save his feelings, to keep from hurting his feelings. And the nourishing fluids that usually runs through my fountain of youth began to fill up with sludge. So my face, which is something that's my representative, that's what you see here in this dimension. My face was affected because I wasn't speaking. The sciatic pain that I was having was because I didn't feel safe within my person. I didn't feel comfortable within my person. My happiness, my peace was being affected. And my foundation is my root. So all of that was affected on a metaphysical level. And physically, all of this stuff started to happen to me. So the flu, with that happening, that allowed my fountain of youth to be cleansed out. The burnout, the fever from the flu, that allowed my system time enough to reset itself. All of these sad thoughts that I was having, that got to be burnt away. The inflammation that I had in my body with me not eating for these days, for almost 7 days really, that was helping the inflammation to die down. So my fountain of youth now has nourishing waters back rolling through it. The dryness, the severe dryness on my face is clearing up. And something I've had under my medicine cabinet for so long was castor oil. And last night I was just sitting in the bed, and I shared on Facebook, castor oil has to have all these healing benefits. For castor oil to smell so bad, it has to have all the healing benefits that it's said to have. And I put that on my face as a form of moisturizer. At this point, Dr. Edgar Casey, that castor oil is something that he swore by when it came to doing intense healing work, because it has the ability to pull all of the toxins from the organs. It's a liver patch is something that I also utilize the castor oil for. So I had to get sick. My body had to really just turn on me in order for me to do what was best for me. Because these last 365 days, baby, they have been an emotional roller coaster. A very beautiful lesson. I gave that love another try. I did. But the truth is that that person and I, the Mr. and I, we will be better as friends instead of divine mates, because of where he is and where I am. I just can't force myself to settle for the sake of an old union, which is actually it's an old union that I don't even really remember because my memories are so shot and they're spaced out. They come in and they come out. So it's like I'm getting to know this person all over again. And what I've realized over this year is that when it comes to a mate for myself, he's not someone that makes the cut because it's depth that I require. I do require someone that is more so in touch with their essence than they are with this world. It was just so many no's for me, and I had to be honest with myself about that because not doing so, it was killing me in the inside. And before my vessel would allow me to check out, it gave me time to self-correct, to reflect, and be honest with this person that I love unconditionally. But I just don't love him enough in order for me to stay in a situation that's not beneficial for my highest good, that's not spiritually nourishing for me. But yeah, just wanted to share that.